Hi there, welcome to BNC's special interview. I'm Mikal Raj, your host. Today we talk to Dato RadhaKrishnan. He's the Managing Director of Universal Fitness and Leisure on the business of sports. Welcome, Dato, to the program.
Thank you, Mikhail.
Dato, can you give us an insight into the principal activities of your company, which has been in existence for about more than 31 years?
Actually, we just celebrated our 31st anniversary just about 2-3 months ago. We have been in the business of three core business which we do from the day one. The business of sports, outdoor and fitness. When I say sports, outdoor and fitness, and our main channel of business is wholesale and distribution to the whole country.
So how is, between these three categories, which is the major contributor to your revenue?
I must say I'm quite fortunate. I made it a point that we don't put all our eggs in one basket. Because if I've done that during the Asian economic crisis in 1998, I would have suffered. So out of the three categories, sports, outdoor and fitness, outdoor and fitness makes about 70% of the business, and the balance 30% comes from sports business.
But traditionally, we are all into sports, you see. How has the outdoor and fitness sector grown in Malaysia?
The sports business, I'll just clarify here. The sports business has been here for 100 over years. And as I always say, sports starts from January 1st and finishes 31st December. So there's no seasonal or nothing new to push it. It's always there. But the outdoor business and the fitness business, that's where the excitement is, because the outdoor business only started growing in Malaysia in the mid-90s, early 90s. And same time, even in mid-90s, the fitness business came into market. The reason for these two business or these two activities to grow is, number one, for the outdoor business in 1991, we had the North-South highway opening up. That's from the north to the south, and also we had highway going down to East Coast. So that gave a lot of opportunities for the outdoor business to
grow.
Such as for hiking, camping, diving, fishing, mountain biking. These are some of the sports which has grown tremendously over the years. And from my experience from day one of handling this business, I've seen a growth of 20% over the years, and it will not stop. And coming back to the fitness business, I think in the early 90s, when the disposable income came better in Malaysia, where people had more money to spend, they were not looking into their health. So when that took place, then a lot of people realized, and we were getting exposed, and more brands were coming into the market. We noticed that people want to look good, not just feel good, they want to look good. So that is the time the fitness industry started to grow. And here I must thank Ministry of Youth and Sports, because they started in early 90s with the Gym Raya program and sports program and all that to make Malaysian a healthy lifestyle. So that helped with the growth.
Talk about your expansion over 30 years, from the beginning, how it all started, and today you're celebrating your 31st anniversary. See, it must have been quite a struggle for you.
It has been a struggle. It's a good struggle, I would say. It gave us a lot of opportunity. And I must say, we were at the right time at the right place with the right people. We started as a company in '86 selling snooker tables, because that time it was a snooker boom. Everybody was into snooker, and we were selling some fitness equipment. Very little. '89, when I took over the company, I decided that we need to expand the business, grow the business, not just in KL, look at other opportunities. And my background, I must also say, it's due to my background, what I'm doing or what we are doing here today in this company. I used to play hockey for the district in Segamat, Johor. I was a Boy Scout, and I was also a badminton and soccer player in my school days. So that was a sort of thing which excited me to grow this business. So when I took over the business in '89, I said, okay, what I know best, or what I like to do best. To grow the sports industry, there are certain sports which doesn't exist in Malaysia. Sports like football, hockey, badminton has been here for many years. So for me, I thought I'm not going to get into this sports which is already popular. I want to get into lesser known sports and make it into a household name, and Malaysia can be a strong force. Sports like archery, gymnastics, lawn bowls, These are the sports which I thought was the right thing to do to introduce to Malaysia.
What was your contribution to like this kind of rare sports, which Malaysia was hardly participating in the early days?
I worked very closely with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. I followed their vision of what sport they want to grow. I think the opportunity came was when in 1992 we were told that we are going to host the Commonwealth Games for 1998. Okay, so having said that, there are certain sports in Commonwealth Games was not at all here, like lawn bowls. We never knew what was lawn bowls. So when we bid for Commonwealth Games, one of the conditions is that you must have lawn bowls. So the Ministry of Youth and Sports were new, and at that time there was not much private sector involved with the government to develop sports. So I took it on my own to look for the product first. You need the product first. Without a product, you can't move. Then you need to look at the association to set up association. Then you have to look at the expertise of who knows about lawn bowls. Then you have to train the coaches. You have to train the association officials and all that. So for lawn bowls and archery, we started the sports from the infancy by bringing in the products, training the people, bringing foreign expertise, helping the association, fund the association to run programs and all that. And today I can say proudly in archery for what our contribution to the society and to the sports as a whole, as an industry. Today we are top 10 ranked in the world. And I must also say UFL played a big role of introducing these two sports into the school's curriculum. We were responsible for introducing, working closely with the Majlis Sukan Sekolah Malaysia, MSSM, to bring these two sports into the Majlis MSSM sports. Today both the sports are there, and we are identified talents from schools, and now from schools they go up and represent the country. So this is our biggest contribution to the industry.
So, talking about the business of sports, so how important is the branding of the products that you market?
Branding is very important. Today's world of any products you represent is all about perception. How people perceive your product, people perceive what you're doing in the market, and also about how you price it. Branding is very important. That's what you can see. Most of the big brands like Nike, Adidas, they have their own events and all that. Not to sell, to position their product with their customer base. So we have spent a lot of effort and money promoting or organizing events, sponsoring events, which is related to our products, to do branding in terms of runs, in terms of marathons, in terms of triathlons, in terms of outdoor events, fishing competitions. So we take that opportunity to get involved with the event, where we can play a main role or secondary role, where we will make sure that that event has good participants by giving them good products. So when they participate, they get good products to take back. So that's where our branding comes.
Okay, what about, can you give a breakdown of your range of products? Because after 31 years, I'm sure you have a wide range of products,
Okay, I have three category of products, as I said. Outdoor, we have Dato backpacks, which is the #1 backpacks in the world. You can use it for day use, or hiking, or trekking, or even mountaineering. So they're very special. We have the range for Dato bags in the market, where the price point is also quite good. Then other than that, we have our cooler boxes, igloo cooler boxes, where if you go fishing or sports, or even children when they go for games, they carry the containers with them, the small cooler boxes, so they don't have to carry plastic bottle, which is more hygienic and all that. Other than that, we also have Leatherman tools, we have bark knives, we have Sunto watches. Okay. These watches which you can see your altitude, your barometer, your distance, your calories. Then we have a few range of products. That's in the outdoor. Then camelback backpacks. Then in sports, we have products for gymnastic, AI. Then we have products for archery. Then we have Hoyt and Easton from America, which these products are all world recognized. And it is a product every sportsman want to be associated with. Like if somebody participates in gymnastic, they want to make sure the equipment there is AI, because it's used in the Olympics, it's used in the Commonwealth Games and the World Championship. So same goes to lawn bowls. Same to goes to archery. Like archery, Hoyt and Easton are the #1 world brands. So then in fitness, we have good brands. We have Free Motion, we have Power Play, vibration machines, and we have few other brands.
What is your best-selling product of all your products that you just mentioned?
As I said just now, all my products are equally balanced, 30, 30, 40. In outdoor, #1 brand is Dato, our backpacks. And in fitness, Power Plate, our vibration machine is doing well. And in sports, archery is doing Hoyt and Easton.
Obviously, your passion reportedly is in business and now in the business of sports. So tell us the challenges confronting the business of sports. I'm sure it's not an easy run.
The sports industry, as I said, is sunset business. Sunrise business, sorry, my apologies. Sunrise business. #1, you must have the right product with the right price. And you have to have the right marketing plans to grow this one. Because most of the brands are international brands. So to compete with the international brands, you need to make sure that your team is well prepared. The sports industry, the biggest challenge sometime in Malaysia is to convince the sports industry people that you need to get the right product, not cheap products. You need to have quality products to achieve your results. And also I have to say that another issue which we face here, which we have highlighted many times, is the problem of imitation. Imitation is one of our biggest problems. If you go to Petaling Street or anywhere, you find a lot of imitation products. So how do we convince or tell our customer base to go for genuine products to achieve the desired results? So these are some of the challenges. And of course, we have some of the big boys, the international players, coming up and setting up their own base here, and then you lose out.
Dato, a lot more to talk about the business of sports, but hold your thoughts. We'll take a short break and we'll be back after these short messages. Welcome back. Dato, can you talk about your products? Are they entirely for the domestic market?
80% of the products which we bring in here is for the domestic market, because we need to have enough products here, because in our distribution channel we have about 500 dealers all over the country, representing sports shop, outdoor shop, dive shops, archery dealers. So first of all, we must have enough products to cater for our low domestic market. Then of course we supply to all the sports association, government tenders and all that. Above that, 20% of our business we re-export. What we do is we make some things locally here, especially for archery. We make some of the target parts here locally. So some products, what we do is we bring it here, we store it here, then we re-export to Indonesia, we re-export to Thailand a bit, and to Cambodia, Laos, and even to India. So that business has always been there. And we intend to grow that business.
I see. And during the growth days and you're expanding in the early days, what was your source of funding? Because you have grown into almost, if I'm not mistaken, a 30 million ringgit company, you see?
Yes, 30 million. We started with in 1986 with only about $500,000 turnover business. I must say I'm quite fortunate here. I have 3 other shareholders, including me, 3 shareholders. What we did was, over the years, whatever profit we made and everything, we plowed it back into the business. We have never taken any dividends over the years, because I think the shareholders believe to grow the business, we need to put the money back. So that was very good. All our shareholders, 3 of us, we plowed the money back. And I also must say that to grow the business, for the additional financing, our banks was quite supportive, because the business which I do was something which excited them. So they gave us equal financing for us to grow the business from $500,000 to 30 million.
Dato, you are touted as a $30 million company. Are you referring to assets or turnover?
It's a turnover. But of course we have assets worth about 10 million. Okay. That's our stocks, our debtors owing the market, and also not inclusive of the building which we bought in 2003, and today it's worth about 8 million. So in total, our assets it's about 15 million, with stocks, building, and owings in the market.
Yeah, talking about expansion and all that, do you have any plans for listing on the stock market?
We did have plans over the years. We did have plans, but we are not rushing into it. Once we got a financial institute to do a study on us, so they said we can go into the second board. We can go into a second board, and we had some plans. But then what happened was the last 1-2 years, due to the GST and everything, so there was some slowdown in the business, and you need more capital to run your business. So we thought we will delay that, but of course we are looking around 2020, if everything goes well and the business continue to grow, and the market sentiments are right, because I think listing is not a problem, it's when you want to list it. The timing is very important. So at the moment the timing doesn't look well.
So you need the index to go up
so
higher.
Yeah, the index need to go up, our currency need to strengthen. That's most important, because we are in the business of import. So our currency need to strengthen. We need to also improve our bottom line much better. Then we are now looking at about 2020, if everything goes well.
So basically, what is the potential for investors and entrepreneurs in the business of sports in Malaysia? Is there a lot of potential for them?
There's a huge potential for manufacturing, for distribution, for retailing in Malaysia. But then again, having said that, I must also say now the trend is all about online. It's all about online. So you got to be cautious when you start the business. But if you look into the product range, there's still a lot of products which is still not here in Malaysia. So the sports industry is really growing, and I don't see a reason why any entrepreneur can't come in and make money. But they need to keep their costs low. They need to have a proper distribution. They need a proper warehousing and all this to get into the sports business. But sports business is, as I say, it starts in January 1st, finishes 31st December. Why I am saying this is because you have sports in schools, then you have sports in states, district level, then you have the SUKMA games, then you have the SEA games, you have the Asian games, you have the Olympic games, you have the World Championship. So the whole year there are people looking for the products, and the whole year people are running out or going camping outdoor, they need the product. So if you get your products right, you get your pricing right, and if you're in the right market channel, you should do well.
Okay, I'm sure you're targeted a lot during the just ended SEA Games. Looking ahead in the next 1 or 2 years, what are the major sports you are targeting as a means to market your products?
The SEA Games was an eye-opener for us, I must say. We were never in the attire business. We were more in the hardware business, not in the software. Hardware means equipments, supply equipments. We had an opportunity. We took over this agency called FBT. They are a very big manufacturer in Thailand for attire. That means t-shirts, jackets, tracksuits and all that. So we were given an opportunity to distribute it during the SEA Games. And unbelievably, just amazing, during the SEA Games there were so many people buying the attire until we sold out of the SEA Games attire and all that. So having a look at that, we have set ourselves a good platform to take it from there. So now we are going to represent this brand in a full time, and we are going into attire business. That is one of our engine of growth, the attire business, because every day people change t-shirt, every day people change attire, shoes and everything. So this is a new business which we are going to go aggressively for next year. And coming back to business again, I think there's another channel which we are looking at is the online business.
The sales, mobile transactions, is it?
Yeah, online business, e-commerce online business. We what I did was my idea that we must get to our customers who are in Kota Baru or in Belud or in Sarawak, where they have a problem accessing to our goods. So I personally decided that we should have an online business. So what we did last year was we created our own online platform called Go Outdoors. We launched it last year, and we saw a good response. And what I felt good about it, we have customers from Sungai Petani, Goa Musang, Tampin, who never buy our products are buying our products.
Through online.
And so this is an area of growth which we are looking. Online is business is growing very fast and very big.
But Dato, there's two things. If I come to your shop and buy things, and if I buy online, buying online, is it cheaper? Because you do it with a lot of costs, you know?
Yes, of course, because you don't need so much of manpower costs and all these costs. And where some of the online business where the transport cost is borne by this one. What we have realized the last 1 year of our online customers which bought our products, 70% are out of KL. Only 30%
This is the online
business, or 30% is people from KL. So there's huge potential outside of Kuala Lumpur, because in Kuala Lumpur you have all the shopping complex, all the convenience, you have good transport, people like to get out in the weekend and spend, so it's not a problem. So we created our own online platform called Go Outdoor. It's coming to 1 year next month, a good platform, and we are going to expand on that, because that will be one of the growth areas which will eventually, hopefully, will help us with our listing, because we need engines of growth. Another area where we are going to grow, looking at our business is all high-end products, quality products, prices a bit high. So we decided the big market here, the mass market, are still looking for medium-range products. And people are looking because of now the dollar has gone down and disposable has gone down. So what we did was we created our own in-house brand for two products for us. One was a sleeping bag and one was a tents, which we sell a lot. It was the tents and sleeping bag which we import from US, it came very expensive. So we created our own in-house brand called Go Outdoor. So Go Outdoor is going to be a big thing in the company. And we brought in these tents and sleeping bag at a reasonable price, and it's doing very well in the market. So we might go with more products, maybe backpacks, maybe camping accessories, maybe archery products with the name Go Outdoor. So that is two areas which I'm looking at for our expansion of growth.
But I'm sure there's a stiff competition in the business of sports. How does UFL deal with this competition to stay ahead of the competition, and also to ensure that the quality is there? Because when you're talking about brands in sports, you're actually up against some international brands, is it?
I mean, that's a good question. The competition will always be there. So for us to make sure that we are one step above the competition, number one, we have to have the right pricing. And number two, the person who handles that product or handles that division must know what he's selling. So in this aspect, I must say UFL is the only company in Malaysia today who employs a lot of ex-sportsmen, a lot of sportsmen who represent their countries, and when they retire, they come and join me.
Such as
Dato Malik No, who joined us as a marketing manager for fitness, and today he's our executive chairman, overseeing the fitness division. We have S. Mutaya, who broke the Malaysian record for 1,500, his Asian Games and SEA Games record. He looks after track and field. Anbar Rasi, former Malaysian archer, who represented the country for 10 years for archery. She looks after the archery division. No CG, she was former lawn bowl. She played for the country for lawn bowl. She looks after the division. And we have a few other men, Christopher, Yogesh, who played squash for the state. Christopher played for football for Johor State. We have so many other sportsmen. So they add value to the products we sell. So people in the market knows that we are a professional company. We are not just a company selling product. We provide a lot of backup service, coaching clinics. We support the industry in that aspect.
Dato, you have come a long way after 31 years. What do you do now to give back to society, so to speak?
I must say I'm very fortunate. The society made UFL who they are today, in terms of our growth and all that. So we take a lot of opportunity to sponsor many events, whichever events which is related to our products. We also organize events for the industry, and we have also, as a company as UFL, we have fielded our own team in the hockey league, and we have sponsored players to go overseas for training. I've also funded a lot of sportsmen to go for further exposure and all that. We have given back a lot to the society.
It's obvious, Dato, that you've done a lot for national service. Thank you for your time, Dato. This has been BNC's special interview. Until the next time, have a good and productive day.